Full transparency, this isn't something that I'm going to be checking out. I don't know, man. Movies aren't doing it. There is a movie that I am going to be seeing soon, but it ain't this one. But I do want to talk about some things regarding the film from what I'm picking up from what others are saying. Definitely watching some of the critics and what they have to say, let's say, about the actual like movie. And of course you see this distinction, take it for whatever way that you may. Rotten Tomatoes, 96% audience score, but 55% from the professional critics. Some guys have been talking about, like Grace Randolph, and basically her little review she's going on about things that she clearly is not really knowledgeable on the lore, let's say, of Mario and Super Mario's world, but basically suggesting that people that aren't into it will be a little lost. Now, I don't know what this movie is going to do financially. You got people in our circle betting each other. Is it going to make $1 billion? Is it not? It is at least going to be successful. Financially, it does seem to be the case. How much that makes will be to be determined, I guess. But I guess what it shows in that, because I was looking at some of these top critic scores, and you do see some people talk about that. You got to look at movies, I guess, in different ways. You look at it to who they're appealing to, and if it already has its own kind of established source material. I'll use that loosely. I know we're talking about more video game stuff versus, you know, what type of fan is going to be in or into this. Now, I, as a person, for example, that would criticize, for better or worse, as I liked the film or didn't like the film, comic book based movies. And I would always preface my reviews when I used to do them on, I am coming from the perspective not of a normie. I'm coming from the perspective of a guy that is knowledgeable on these characters that are being utilized in this world. And that's a different perspective from a complete normie that's coming. Maybe they go in, hey, it's animated, I'll take my kids to see it. They don't know much. They've heard the name Mario, might not know much about it, not played many of the games. And maybe it's a different experience for that person versus someone that grew up on this. I have seen that a lot of people are saying that it's obviously kid-friendly. It's something to get them, you know. And then, you know, you have others that say there's a little more to be desired. But it does see, at least the consensus is, you're going to be a little out of the loop if you have not watched this or played these games more so, and you go into it. Now, my argument has been this for a while, in that I think more films that are based on source material should adopt that. And I guess what Mario is showing is that you can still see some success, having not treated the audience like this is you have to always catch them up and doing all that sort of stuff. And I think that's what actually weighs down a lot of modern material, definitely that reaches from source material. Obviously, they have to do all these changes. To them, they think they have to do that because it'll make it better, right? Because the source material wasn't good enough. So they have to make it better, and they do all these changes, and it's to update it for a modern audience. And what maybe Mario is showing, that, well, you can do something that's more so going to be catered to the person that at least is mildly familiar with this material, for you to really get everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, it'll make for a better experience for those people. And maybe, I mean, even from a business standpoint, you know, you could sell other material based on it. Hey, you want to know more why this is the case? Go play the games. Go buy the games. You know, and in Marvel's case, it could be buy the movies, or excuse me, buy the comics. You know, it could be that. DC's case, buy the comics. Could start to create more of a relationship like the animes have with the mangas. That could be a thing. But what it shows is that that's a viable business strategy. You don't always have to, because good material is good material. Solid, decent material is going to be exactly that. And you don't have to insult your audience acting like they're coming in with a completely blank slate all the time. Let them explore. And some people, like professional critics, because they can't have their little heightened sense of, you know, hey, when you're a professional critic, right? The whole, you want to go into it like, I just want to assess this movie as isolated, as if it's not attached to anything else, because they feel like they come from a set of, like, I guess, a knowledge base that allows them the expertise, gives them the expertise to be able to have those positions. But you're left without when you don't have that frame of reference. So you can't really comment on everything about something. And I think that's why a lot of people hate the source material, because it requires them to have to do more work. And maybe they don't have that level of understanding, that level of knowledge to do that. It's an economic lesson for you all that are trying to be entertainment creatives. You don't have to always insult your audience and make it seem when you create something new that this is the first time ever seeing this person or this world or anything, and treat it like it's an absolute free-for-all because you want to catch them up. Or no, you're not wanting to catch them up. You want to just, you know, you want to get those people that are into it, but bait and switch. You know, you don't have to do that. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultramax, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically, even with Rippaverse orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.